If we compare all the mythologies known to man to one another, one can derive quite a few uncanny similarities between them, which makes us question if they were the same all along. One such example is that of Hindu and Norse mythology. The two diverse pantheons have a number of interesting connections, and so for today's video, we'll derive parallels and similarities between the two mythologies. Number 1. Indra and Thor. Indra is considered to be the supreme power, the king of gods in the older myths of India. Similarly, in Norse mythology, in the great pagan temple of Uppsala in 11th century Sweden, Thor sat in the center of all other gods. Indra is the god of lightning, thunder, storm, and war. He is magnificent in stature, strong as a bull, and rides a golden chariot drawn by 2 tawny horses. Thor is the Norse god of thunder and strength, who protects mankind from evil and rides a chariot drawn by 2 goats. Indra's primary weapon is Vajra, an indestructible thunderbolt and lightning-capable snare. He also carries arrows, a great hook, and a net. Likewise, Thor wields the indestructible hammer Mjolnir, which also functions as lightning, commands the wind to create storms, and is also associated with sacred groves and trees. Not only are their personalities similar, but they're also known to have fought great water serpents. Indra slays Vritra, a giant serpent in the Indo-Vedic myths, who restrains human prosperity and comfort. In Norse mythology, Jormungandr is a giant poisonous sea serpent that encircles the world and is a great threat to mankind. Number 2. Sacrifice for creation. In Hindu mythology, it is often believed that the Purusha, a magnified non-natural man, was sacrificed by the gods, and the world was created by his mangled limbs. Similarly, in Norse mythology, the gods were believed to have killed a cosmic giant named Ymir and used his butchered body to create the world. The Hindu gods used Purusha's mind to make the moon, his eyes to make the sun, his breath to make the wind, his head to make the sky, and his feet to make the earth. In a similar fashion, the Nordic gods used Ymir's brain to make the clouds, his skull to make the sky, his flesh to make the earth, his blood to make the sea, and his bones were used to make the mountains and the trees made from his hair. Number 3. The Vettus and the Edis. A very strong point of similarity, which is much more fascinating than the rest, is that between the Vettus and the Edis. The first sentence of the Old Norse Völuspá, or prophecy of the seeress, tells of a time before the world was made. There was no sand, nor sea, nor chillway, no earth to be found, nor high heaven. A gulf of the gaping void, and the grass were nowhere. Similarly, the Sanskrit Nazadiya Sukta, the creation hymn, opens in like fashion. There was neither non-existence nor existence, no realm of air nor sky beyond. There was no death, then nor immortality. There was no sign of night nor of day. But mythologies describe the unimaginable void as a list of what is not, thereby placing the immensely ancient nothingness before creation, in terms of negating what we can see around us now. Number 4. Kali and Hel. Hela is the ancient goddess of the dead within Norse mythology. She is quite usually described as a horrible hag, half dead and half alive, with a gloomy and grim expression. Her face and body are those of a living woman, but her thighs and legs are of a corpse, mottled and moldered. Similarly, Kali, also known as Mahakali or Bhadrakali, is considered to be the goddess of ultimate power, time, destruction, and change. Both Kali and Hel have a stark resemblance in terms of their appearance and their fierceness. Number 5. Parvati and Freya. Freya and Parvati are 2 of the most well-known goddesses of their respective mythologies. Parvati is the Hindu goddess of power, energy, nourishment, harmony, love, beauty, devotion, and motherhood. Similarly, in Norse mythology, Freya is a goddess associated with love, beauty, fertility, sex, war, and gold. Another similarity between the two is that the mode of transport for goddess Parvati is a tiger, which is a species of cat, while that of Freya is a chariot drawn by cats. Number 6. Odin and Shukra. Odin, the leader of the Aesir, who fought against the Vanir, or gods, was one-eyed and hung himself upside down over a fire to gain knowledge. Similarly, in Hindu mythology, Shukra, the leader of the Asuras, who fought against the Devas, is also single-eyed and gains knowledge by hanging upside down over a fire. Number 7. Prayer to specific gods for specific problems. In Hindu mythology, Indra was the chief warrior god of the Vedas, with his powerful Vajra, or thunderbolt. So before going to war, the kings would conduct the correct yagna and make animal sacrifices, just as the Norse would do before each war. Most Hindus pray to Ganesh before starting any project to prevent obstacles from coming, and to Anjaneya for protection. And the Vikings did Norse pagan prayers to Odin and Thor before they went off to battle and to stay safe from sea storms. Number 8. Brihaspati and Thor. Thor can also be related to Brihaspati because Thor's day is Thursday, and Thursday is called Brihaspativar in Hindi. Moreover, Brihaspati's wife, Tara, bore a son that was not his. Buddha, the god who governs skill and art. Thor's wife, Sif, was also a cheater and had an illegitimate son named Ullr, who is called the king of archery. And number 9. Odin and Adanath. One can also observe some similarities between Adanath, the founder of Jainism, and Odin, the leader of Asir. Odin is called All-Father and is considered the ancestor of many European tribes and royal houses, including the Langobards. Adanath, also called Rishaba, or Bull, and Ikshvaku, or Sugarcane, was the founder of the Ikshvaku dynasty, with whom many ancient Hindu kings and deities, such as Sagara, Rama, and Krishna, claim descent. Both Odin and Adanath are associated with writing systems. Odin is said to have won knowledge of runic writing by enduring the loss of an eye and surviving the ordeal of being suspended from an oak tree for 9 days. Adanath is said to have invented the Indian writing system called Brahmi script, which he named after his daughter. Some depictions of Adanath in Hindu art show him with a trident spear. The trident spear is also wielded by Odin in Norse art. A very strong reason for these similarities is believed to be that all the mythologies emerged from the same roots at the time of Eurasia. People in the West usually believe that the origin of these tales was also in the East. On the contrary, a lot of evidence shows that these mythologies were rooted in India. Do let us know in the comments what your opinion is on the entire topic and where you think these mythologies have originated from. Also, don't forget to like, subscribe, and turn on the post notifications for our channel. Until next time.